Several games postponed today due to the weather, but we still get to talk baseball with Bruce Johnson, our analyst, joining us in studio on this rainy day. Thanks for being a bright spot.
Oh, Carly, thanks. We get to at least talk a little baseball, even though we've had a lot of rain today.
And speaking of bright spots, we typically give a lot of attention to the Division I, Division II programs, but the small schools, they deserve love too.
Yep. Jacob Frank and I sat down and had a conversation Monday, and the reason being, he spent 8 years at Toledo Christian as an assistant coach. This is his first year as the head coach there, and I asked him about the differences from going from assistant to a head coach. He only had 14 players because of a large graduating class, and only 3 seniors and 1 junior. So he had to basically start from scratch. They're 6-10 on the year, but that's actually pretty good considering the fact that their top 3 pitchers in the rotation have been down with injuries. A couple guys that have been standing out for Jacob and the Toledo Christian Eagles are Gavin Hamilton, who's batting .386 and has been key at the plate, and pitcher Nolan Hess, who has a 1.10 ERA. So Coach Frank expects to get some of his pitchers back by tournament. Look out, they could be very tough come tournament time if they get healthy.
Seems like TC open to overcoming challenges.
Yes.
Speaking of challenges, we've talked week in and week out about the pitchers and the problems that they pose, but it's a lot of great hitters in Northwest Ohio as well.
There really is. Let's start with Rogers. Roman Bass is batting .588 on the season, which is currently 5th in Ohio Division II. That's wonderful. Connor Kessinger out at Perrysburg has been just terrific since the start of the season. He's batting .424 with a .562 on-base percentage. And then we go out to Ottawa Hills. Sebastian Stevens, his teammates call him Seabass. Even though he's their #1 pitcher, he's batting .600 on the season. Yes, folks, .600 on the season with 3 home runs and 21 RBIs. And Chase Malucci from Maumee. My gosh, what a great season he's having. 3 home runs, 20 RBIs. Just been terrific. Shout out to you guys, and there's many more we'll mention in the next couple weeks.
And speaking of shout outs, it's time now to look at your top 10 list. Do we have any changes going on?
We have some movement in there. First change, you're going to notice the Whitmer Panthers has fallen down. They're 12-7 on the year. And number 8, the Ottawa Hills Green Bears, 15-5 on the season. Number 7, the Lake Flyers, who are 16-3 on the young season, doing a great job. Eastwood, 17-3, currently finds himself 1 game behind Lake in the Northern Buckeye Conference. I still think Eastwood has a little more right there. Perrysburg is 16-6, is the number 5 spot. Defiance, everyone in Northwest Ohio knows about Defiance baseball. They're 15-5. Anthony Wayne moves up a little. They're 14-4, coming off a 2-game sweep of Perrysburg this week. Northview, they dropped a tough one on Wednesday to the Whitmer Panthers, but they're 16-3 on the year and getting ready for tournament play. And Clay, who's been the #1 horse in the clubhouse from the very beginning of the year, continues to win. They're 17-1 and just continuing to dominate Northwest Ohio.
So in the middle of your list, you had Eastwood. They had a scary collision in the outfield a few weeks ago, but things are looking up now for them.
Braden Falls had a collision in the outfield. He had to have surgery. He had 14 screws and 2 plates put in his arm. But the great thing about him, he's been there for his teammates every week, continuing to give them support, doing everything he possibly can. He's on the mend and hopes to be back for summer baseball, which would be just a great story. Keep doing what you're doing out there, Braden. Congratulations for the way you've handled this. It's been first class all the way.
Continuing to pray for you, Braden, and hope you improve very soon. Thank you, Bruce, for joining us in studio as always.
Thank you, Carly.